The Origin has made contact? Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to episode 4 of Dr. Stone New World. Last episode ended off on a massive moment. The origin of the petrification, no matter whether it's a machine or someone like actually, living or whatnot, made contact through the very minute and minuscule radio waves that Senku and them set up. And that's huge because, like, obviously this is like the third out of 4 seasons. And so we're kind of like getting into that second half of the series. We're kind of like, I mean, the entire goal here is to travel around the world to find the source of the petrification in the first place. So this is a big deal to have that suddenly dropped on us. And honestly, I thought it happened a lot earlier than I would have expected. Like if we were gonna find out anything about that this season, I would have expected like the end of part 1, because it was split into 2 cores and everything. But no, we get it in just episode 3. That's insane. And now I doubt we're gonna get like any follow-up, like any real follow-up to that anytime soon. But it's kind of setting things in motion. It's preparing not only us as viewers, but the characters for what's to come. And I think we're gonna start getting into some really crazy shit. I think that this season is going to be like bigger than even I imagined, honestly. So it's going to be interesting to see where we go from here. So, fun fact for you all. I met the English VA of Francois this past weekend. So for those who hadn't been paying attention and didn't know, this past weekend I was at my hometown convention of Youmacon. I go every year, and I got to meet Michelle Rojas. Michelle Rojas is a non-binary voice actor, uses she/they pronouns, and I know mostly for voicing Yamato from One Piece. But I also found out literally while in line, that they are also the voice of Francois in the English dub. Mind you, both One Piece and Dr. Stone I watch mainly in the sub, but I have heard some of the dub for Dr. Stone. Ian Sinclair is Tsukasa, for example. And I have heard plenty of the dub for One Piece. And Michelle kicks both of these roles, like, in their ass in the best way possible. Just absolutely owns these characters wonderfully. Her portrayal of both of them is fantastic. And so, yeah, I didn't know that until literally I was there. Oh my god, mind is blanking. Hold on. Ryusui. Ryusui's voice actor was also there, Clifford Chapin. He does a bunch of other stuff too, like Bakugo from My Hero. Yeah, he was also there. I didn't get to meet him though. I only had, enough money saved up to meet a couple of VAs, and I chose Michelle Rojas because Yamato, one of my favorite One Piece characters, and Mei Hong, who is Mira from K-pop Demon Hunters. I chose them because it's like, those are, one, when am I ever going to get a chance to meet a K-pop Demon Hunters VA again? And then again, Yamato, one of my favorite One Piece characters, so it just made sense to go with those two. But yeah, he was there as well. Just as another one of the other guests. Um, but yeah, I had honestly a blast getting to meet Michelle. They were so nice, so friendly. Um, put up with me being super awkward because I am very awkward in real life. So honestly, I'm pretty awkward on the channel too, if we're being honest. But you know, yeah, I really enjoyed this. Um, and I wanted to share that with you real quick. But yeah, we're in terms of the show, we're still working on getting the boat up and running. We've got like a smaller boat just for like some recon and stuff. We got the hot air balloon still. We're getting things going, but it's still kind of like at that point in the season where we're still like just really starting to get things rolling, just really starting to move along the plot. We're still like, excuse me, we're still getting a lot of these new inventions and whatnot set up. Um, a lot of new stuff for the villagers, and we kind of need to figure that all out before we really get rolling on the major stuff. So I think I already said I kind of don't expect us to really set sail until like probably the end of this part, like New World Part 1. But we'll see. It could end up being earlier. Either way, I think we should just get going on this and see what we have in store. So let's check it out. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. It's such an odd experience watching this show. Because a lot of the show is scientific advancement. It's Senku and the squad working together to figure out and implement these different progressions in science that make, quality of life better. And the story is a part of that, obviously. But it also feels like a lot of times the story is almost second nature to the science aspect. It feels like just the idea and implementation of the science is what this show is about. There's so many other series out there that have like more impressive actual like story work and character work to them. The writing is better in a lot of ways. And just has a lot more depth to it. And yet, for some reason, and I can't explain the reasons why, I can't like begin to understand why at least my brain is working like this, but for some reason, with the story being as minimal as it is, with most of this series being just about the science and the implementation and progression of humanity, for some reason, that alone sends like this absolute wave of happiness through my head, through my brain. For some reason, I find myself like tearing up watching this series at things that are not like even like super emotional or stuff. There are some emotional moments, of course, but like even just at the end here with them making a minecart and a railway system with that, just like I predicted. Something about that just brought me immense happiness. And again, I can't fully explain why that's the case. I can't fully explain what it is about that I love that much that it would bring me to tears. But something about it just made me that happy. And that is the kind of confusion that I feel this entire show runs itself on. I don't know why, but for some reason this show just makes me unbelievably happy. It just brings me so much joy watching it. Seeing, again, these progressions, these scientific advancements, and just seeing the characters get excited over it. Seeing Chrome so proud of himself over creating this metal detecting sonar. Seeing everybody so excited and having so much fun riding in the minecart. Seeing everybody get hyped for these different advancements. Whether it's Kaseki or Chrome or anyone else. It just brings me this level of joy that I just don't get too often. Even in shows that I really love, it's like I don't always get this kind of feeling. This like pure happiness. And that's saying something. That's impressive. That this series is able to do that much with so little. And like this by no means, like I said, is like the best series out there or anything. But it's definitely it definitely keeps rising in the ranks in terms of just personal favoritism. It just keeps becoming more and more one of my favorite things to watch and especially react to. This is something I've definitely talked about in the past, but there are certain shows that I very specifically find immense joy in reacting to. Not just watching. Like, I feel like if I watched it on my own, I would not enjoy it as much as I do. Reacting to it is so specifically joy-inducing. And this is one of those shows. This is one of those where I feel like I need to react to it. Where it's just one of those that is better experienced that way. And so I'm really glad I gave this series a shot. I'm glad I continue to love it as much as I do. Obviously, like I had said before, like all the advancements and progressions in this were more or less small things. Nothing like overall on its own super huge. But it's the combination of everything and what it means to the characters, what it means for the story, what it means for, like, you know, just them getting back on track to where the world was before. That's what makes this so special. Because, like, a sonar on its own, it's like, yeah, that's super useful, but, maybe not, like, wholly necessary. But it's because of what it means for the overall goals, for the overall, like, ideas and missions. So, and just seeing everyone's reaction to it. Context matters. This was just another really great episode that just really made me continue to love this series. So I wish I had more to say, but I really don't. Like, it's one of those occasions where I don't have a lot to say outside of just, endlessly praising this series for how well it does at getting you hooked in. So I think we'll just leave off these afterthoughts with me just saying, like, this series is phenomenal. And I can't wait to see, like, where the New World season goes and how the series ends off with the fourth season. So thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts on this episode of Dr. Stone New World. And for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.